How you doing, folks? My name's Jesse. Vlog entry number 22. April the 29th. What have I been working on? Well, I've been working on the same stuff I've been working, actually the same solo for the last couple of weeks, believe it or not. This is in anticipation of May 22nd, where my band, the Chesapeake Blues Band, is going to be opening up for Tony Holiday at the Elkton Music Hall. We're super excited. Tony Holiday is an amazing musician, and this is our first big real gig. So, um, come on out. So I've been playing that same solo that I played last week. One solo for one song, and for some reason that's going to be the thing I'm focused on. All the other solos I tend to just kind of make up on the spot, and I don't think twice about it. And if it's great, great, and if it's not, oh well. But for some reason, this is the one I'm focused on. I mean, I'm doing other stuff too. Like there's uh we got you know and I want to use that out of phase sound too. Which leads me to talk about what I'm playing here. This is not my guitar. This is a Gearit. At the school I'm working at, I'm trying to start a guitar club. And I've got a couple of kids showing up, and one young man um, has this guitar. This is his guitar. He broke a string on it, and he lost some of the saddle screws, and he was trying to figure out how to get it fixed. And I told him, just give it to me, dude. He was a little reticent to do that, but I was like, I got it, you know. And I'm going to show you a picture of what he used to kind of fill in, not because I want to make fun of him, because I don't. Understand, he's a young man, and he used what he had. We've all lost a saddle screw at some point, and he found something that worked. Unfortunately, it didn't ream out the holes. But I'm showing you this because I want to show you the level of dedication this young man has. He lost those saddle screws, and he found something to replace them with, and he played around that until he couldn't play it around it anymore. So that young man is gonna get somewhere with this guitar, and so I wanted to try and make sure that it was playable. So I found one of those little half-size harmonies. Like, I bought it for $10, and then it's been sitting in the shed forever. I'm never gonna do anything with it. And that was, of the saddles and saddle screws I had, that was the only one that worked, and it dropped in perfectly to the missing ones. And so then the next big thing to set it up, or to try and give it a rough setup, had to adjust the truss rod on it, had to lower the bridge, saddles, in order to get it in the realm of playable. I changed the strings on it, adjusted the pickup height, and I'm going to take a minute and talk about this. I have never seen this brand before. I can only assume it's like an Amazon kind of guitar or something like that. The body really reminds me of the Guitar Fetish bodies. Like, I had a seafoam telly like this. Only difference was, like I think the F hole was painted. The F hole was not painted in this, but it reminds me of that. The headstock, I that's the weird number one headstock, I guess. Um, the neck is super chunky. It reminds me of like a 50s telly neck. It's noisy. pickups sound are. I mean, I'm not sure what the issue is with the noise. Whether it's a shielding issue. I mean, even on the humbucker, it's still kind of noisy. Maybe it's my power supply. I don't know. But the bridge pickup is super strong. You know, if I hit the nobles, it's not a great player. I mean, I was trying to work quickly with it. The frets, it doesn't have fret sprout, which is nice. It probably could stand a fret dressing. The real weak point for this is the bridge design. You know, I guess they didn't want to drill holes in the back of it, so it's a through bridge, but you have to, like, they put the saddle screws holes really high so they could fit the screw or the holes for the strings below it, and I think it affects the way it plays. It's very buzzy. Uh, Real buzzy. You know, like, I don't have a whole lot of time because I want to try and get this back to him as quickly as I can because I'm pretty sure this is his only guitar. Um, but it works. You know, like it's more playable than it was when he handed it to me, and I think that's something. Um, so I'll give it to him. I'll see where he's at with it, um, and see where he wants to go because guitar is very much an important part of his life. Uh, During club yesterday, he started talking about all these guitar players that he loves, and he started playing shoot sambas. You know, like he's really into sambas, and I was like, oh, okay. So it's an eye opening moment for me as well. I'm learning as well, which is what it's all about, right? What have I been thinking about? Well, this makes me think about my first electric guitar. And I found some pictures of what I can call it my first electric guitar. It's not technically my first electric guitar. My first electric guitar technically was a Harmony H802. Those ones that look like paddles, canoe paddles. They were probably, I think they were made in Taiwan. I don't think they were made in Japan. And I don't think they were made in Korea. But the first electric guitar I got with my money was this one. It wasn't branded. I got it because it looked like a Les Paul. And it was the farthest thing from a Les Paul you could ever imagine. It was tiny. It was flat. It was made out of plywood. The humbuckers weren't even really humbuckers. They were single coil pickups. The only way I could get a decent, and understand I'm a teenager, and the only way I can get a decent rock and roll sound out of it is I managed to talk my guitar teacher into selling me his Electro Harmonics Big Muff fuzz pedal. And I got one of those Radio Shack reverb units plugged into my solid state amplifier that, you know, was all like, that came with it, right? So this is better than that. I think it's more playable. It's got a better neck on it. It still has some things to work. One of the things that blows me away that I forgot to talk about. I'm pretty sure that nobody messed with the wiring on this. It came from the factory wired out of phase, which I think is hysterical. So, anyway, tell me about your first guitar. Tell me about what you had to fight. Was it Black Diamond strings? Was it a guitar that couldn't stay in tune or intonate? Um, because those are the things that we talk about later, right? Those are the things that build character. So anyway, hope you found this entertaining. Let me know if you've ever heard of this model either, Gearit. Tell me what your thoughts are. I guess it's sort of like the Firefly guitars or whatever. Anyway, all right. Hope you're doing great. Talk to you later. My name's Jesse.